TechTour on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Dow AgroSciences Canada, redefining herbicide performance so growers can spray when they need to. Sean Haney here with RealAgriculture.com. We are at the Crop Production Show in Saskatoon, and it is another episode of the TechTour brought to you by Dow AgroSciences Canada, and I am joined right now by...
Paul O'Carroll from the Saskatchewan Aerial Applicators Association.
Well, welcome today, Paul. You having a good show?
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of farmers and there's a lot of movement going through here. It's a great show.
So Paul, the main focus of the TechTour is that we are focusing on new products, innovations, technologies that are creating more efficiency on the farm. Really, things that create more time for the farmer, right? So we've got a lot of owner-operators out there. Time is important and it's critical. Now, the aerial applicators provide sort of a unique component to this, right? So, a lot of it is custom, of course, right? Saving the farmer time, it's quicker, and some may say the application of some products is maybe better than a ground rig. How do you think farmers right now view trying to create more time for themselves?
Well, aerial application is another tool for the farmer to use to get an aeroplane in and spray is efficient, it's quick. You don't have wheel tracks in the field. It's good for wet conditions and stuff like that. It's just another tool that a farmer can use to get the job done quick and efficiently.
So one of these techie product innovations that we keep hearing about, and we'll start off by defining it, is UAV. So that sounds pretty cool. It sounds new, sounds techie. What is UAV?
Yeah, it's an unmanned vehicle that flies around. It's small, like a remote control machine that a lot of farmers are using now to check their crops and to check for how the drainage on their property and stuff like that. It's something that's just come into the industry that we as aerial applicators have got to be aware of and look out for. They're a small object flying around in the sky, and if any of these farmers out there have got them, they've got to be aware that if there's an aeroplane going around, to put them on the ground, because if we hit one of them, it could be big.
Well, to be honest with you, I'd never thought of that.
Yeah.
It's probably something a lot of farmers haven't thought about either.
True.
So in terms of UAV, does it fit into your business at all in terms of how you could use them? Are people looking at that?
Eventually it could, like in Japan they use a lot of UAVs for spraying at the moment. In North America here it's going to be a long way away. They are testing for them, little helicopters and stuff like that, and maybe I would predict in 20 years there may be an aeroplane flying around without anyone in it. Yeah, it's possible.
It seems crazy,
Yep.
But nowadays I don't think we should find anything far-fetched what's possible.
No, that's true. Yeah. Technology is changing so rapidly, and in our industry we've got to keep up with it. And nowadays we're using GPS technology, the similar stuff that farms are using in tractors, the auto steer system. Of course, with an aeroplane we don't use auto steer, it's all by pilot input. But GPS is measuring out the field and flying the field on a light bar, on a guidance system basically.
So many of us can remember the days of it was toilet paper that would be dropped to mark our spots. And we'd sit out there and we'd watch the plane zooming in and doing its thing. We still do a little bit. What has GPS brought to the efficiency in terms of in your business to allow you to get more acres done faster and quicker, and being more productive for the farmer?
Yeah, true. Right back 40 years ago, it was a flag man. It was a person out in the field standing with a big flag waving, and the plane would line up on it. And then, as you said about the toilet paper thing, there was called an automatic flagman on the side of the aircraft. And at the end of the run, you would button off a flag and come back and line up on that. And now with the GPS, it's very efficient and it's more accurate, so to speak, just like everything in farming technology is rapidly growing. Yeah.
So just like a ground rig, technology is creating more accuracy to allow you to cut down on overlap. Overlap is still important with an aerial applicator as well. What other things in terms of technology and products have really enhanced your business?
Yes, well, there's such a thing as called auto boom on an aircraft now. You can map out a field and program it to where you want the boom to automatically shut on and off if it's in an area that you don't want sprayed, like around a big slough, or if there's disease in one half of the field and not in the other, you can fly and it'll automatically cut on and off. Technology is just way out there, and we've got to keep up with it.
How about in terms of nozzles and things like that? Has there been a lot of development in that regard for air unit?
Yeah, there's always the development in nozzles, but yeah, there's the basic nozzles that have been there, and they are developing. All aircraft in Canada are put through what you call a spray clinic every 18 months to calibrate the aircraft, so we get the right micron droplet coming out of the nozzles to do the best job we can for coverage wise.
So in terms of speed of the aircraft, this is good. We're learning a lot here from you. In terms of the aircraft speed, so in a ground rig, we talk a lot about ground speed, right? So should you go 10 miles an hour, 15, 20, 25? How fast is too fast, and what is the right speed? Has there been a lot of talk about that in terms of aircraft, or is that a pretty well set standard?
That's pretty well a set standard. You've got an aircraft that goes from 100 mile an hour to 140 mile an hour, and depending on the speed of the aircraft depends on what type of nozzle you have, and the pressure that it puts out, the volume that it puts out with the speed. Obviously, if you've got a slower aircraft, you're putting out. If you're putting out less product, it makes a difference. So it depends on most aircraft now will travel around average, 130 mile an hour across the crop. So that's given and of course it's efficiency. A ground rig going at 15 mile an hour or whatever, it's going to take 3 times as long basically.
Well, Paul, thanks a lot for enlightening us. We learned a lot today about aerial applicators and what some of the things you guys are working on. Thanks for joining us for the Tech Tour, brought to you by Dow AgroSciences Canada. And, oh, by the way, we should mention, we have a contest. Farmers can enter a contest. So they can go to gotechtour.ca and enter to win LED night spraying packages, right? So you're not doing a lot of aerial application at night, are you?
Not in Canada here. I'm originally from New Zealand and worked in Australia and used to do a lot of night flying down there, due to the heat down there. And in the southern states, Texas and stuff there, they do a lot of night spraying there due to the heat.
Is that something you could ever see coming to Canada?
I don't think so, no. No, it wouldn't.
Well, night spraying's for the ground rig, so farmers can enter to win at gotechtour.ca. They can enter there to win an LED night spraying package. We're giving away one every month. So, and if you want any more information on the Tech Tour, you can go to realagriculture.com/TechTour, where you can get all the latest content, polls, and insight from all of our guests. So, Paul, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.